right, so problem 3 says finding the dimensions of a rectangular prism. Now, a rectangular prism has a volume of 60x cubed plus 34x squared plus 4x. What expressions can represent the dimensions of the prism? And we want to use some factoring. Now, if I'm looking at the dimensions, here we have length, width, and height. Okay? Length, width, and height. That means that I'm going to have 3 parts of this trinomial that will, one represent the length, another represent the width, and another represent the height. Now, how do I figure that out? Well, just like it says here, we're going to use some factoring. Okay? So let's rewrite. So we have 60. Well, let's start with saying that the volume is equal to the length times the width times the height. Okay? Now, when I do this, I'm going to have that volume is going to equal something times something times something. Okay? And those somethings, of course, are probably going to be either a monomial or a binomial. Okay? So, keeping that in mind, let's go ahead and rewrite now. So we have to factor the 60x cubed plus 34x squared plus 4x. Okay? So now we can look at this and say, 60, 34, and 4. I think we can factor out a monomial. So I think we'll factor out, let's see, a 2x on each term. Factor out a 2x on each term. So once we do that, the 2x comes out, and then we're left with, let's see, 30x squared plus 17x plus 2. Okay, so here now we have this monomial times a trinomial, and we're going to factor this trinomial the way we did in section 8-7, because we have an ax squared. So for this one, we're going to go ahead and use our AC method. Okay, so this again says ax squared plus bx plus c. So we're going to take the 30 times 2, and that's going to be 60. So that is what we're going to find our factors for. So let's see, we've got 1 times 60, 2 times 30, 3 times 20, 4 times 15, 5 times 12, and 6 times 10. Okay? So which one will we rewrite so that when we add them, we'll get 17? Okay, well, let's see here. 5 plus 12, there, that equals 17. So this is going to be a 5x and a 12x. Okay, so let's rewrite the 17x as 5x plus 12x. And then we can rewrite everything else. So plus 2 over there, and then this is going to be plus 30x squared. And then we have to bring down our 2x. And now we're going to group. Okay, so let's group this first 2, and let's group the second 2. Okay, so we can go ahead and for the first two, we can factor out a 5x, and for the second 2, we can factor out a 2. So when we do that, let's see, we're going to, again, bring down our 2x, and then the 5x gets put outside the parentheses, and we end up with 6x plus 1. And then here we're factoring out a positive 2, so that's plus 2. And 12x divided by 2, again, is 6x, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. So that worked out well. We have our common binomial that we're going to factor out, and we have our leftovers. So our final factored form of this volume is 2x times 6x plus 1 times 5x plus 2. So you can assign each one of these. This can be the length, this can be the width, and this can be the height. And there's your final answer. Right there. There you go.